Thank you. Good afternoon, Council. I'd like to call this regular council meeting of March 11th, 2025 to order with adoption of the agenda. So I want to make that motion. Councillor Cherry, Councillor Devlin, all in favor? Motion's carried. Adoption of the minutes of the special council meeting of February 20th. That was our public hearing. So I want to make that motion. Councillor Lucio, Councillor Palmer, all in favor? Motion's carried. And adoption of the regular council meeting minutes of February 25th, 2025. Councillor Devlin, Councillor Cherry, all in favor? Motion's carried. Any business arising from the special council minutes? Seeing none. Any business arising from the regular council minutes, February 25th? Seeing none, I'll just go on to announcements from the mayor. I just want to thank the community for coming out and Ms. Delaselle and the CDP crew for doing the Ready Grant submissions and evaluations. I understand there was 200 people there in the room that were voting on things, so it's nice to see the community out and involved, and really appreciate all the work that's been done to move that forward. Going to move on to recommendations from committee, Finance Committee. There's a motion here in our package. Does someone want to put that on the table for me, please? Councillor Cherry.
I move that the city move forward with, Finance Committee moves that the city move forward with development cost charges based on floor area.
Seconder for the motion, please. Councillor Lucio. Any discussion on that motion?
Yeah, Your Worship, I could jump in there.
Okay.
I think this is a good way to move forward, to base it on square footage of development versus just on subdivision. It gives us the opportunity to encourage infill development, especially at a time where there's some global economic uncertainty.
Great. No, appreciate the comment. Any other comments? I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried unanimously. So we've got a lot of things that we don't have reports on, so we're just going to go right into communications. Tourist Initiatives Committee. I know Councilor Orlando, that's his committee, but was there anyone else that was at that meeting that would like to speak to those minutes? Seeing none, I will move on to the Advisory Planning Commission meeting minutes. Councillor Cherry.
Thank you, Mayor Sauls. This is from our January 30th meeting. We had a quick orientation as we had a couple new members join. We voted on a new chair. We have not voted on vice chair because we haven't had everybody at the meeting yet. And then we started the STR discussion prior to this going to the public info session that was available, I believe it was last week, or was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks.
So it was a full meeting, but those are the only two items on the agenda. I would like to take this opportunity to thank some of our outgoing members, especially apologies, sir. Especially our former chair. She was on city council, volunteers a lot of her time here for city initiatives, including was the chair of this group for my entire 5 years with it. Connie Brothers. I think that we should maybe reach out and let her know how much we appreciate the time that she put in with this.
Good. I'll definitely do that. Thank you, Councillor, and I'll echo those sentiments as well. It's sometimes we don't get the opportunity to thank the outgoing members of our committees, and I want to say thank you to all of the outgoing members of the APC and any other committees that we have recently had people depart from. Especially want to thank Ms. Brothers for her work around the council table over the many years and the involvement with the APC. Much appreciated, and I will definitely reach out to her personally as well. Any other comments on APC? Seeing none, I'll move on to the SILGA letter of support dated February 13th. It's dealing with airports. Any comments from any council regarding that letter of support? Seeing none, I will move on. I don't have any problem saying it. Maybe we could look at that when it goes to Silga. However, I'm not familiar with this. Mr. Parliament, any comments on, airports, ground land airports, grants, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so I am familiar with, Mr. Mayor and Council, I am familiar with the Oliver Airport. And of course, been working with airports my entire career, most of which are either municipally owned or owned by the county or owned by the regional district. Sometimes airports will abut on crown lands, share crown lands. In the case of Revelstoke, we have an airport that's owned by the regional district. We work in concert with the CSRD, but we're not the owner. And in the case of Oliver, I think what they're looking for is to access grants because there is a crown responsibility of which we don't have here in Revelstoke. As you know, our ski resort sits on crown lands, but our airport does not. So all I can say relative to Revelstoke, I will be providing the EDC an update tomorrow on our airport and discussions with the CSRD. But relative to this, it just doesn't apply to us. So in terms of council supporting this, what we do need support on is provincial funding and federal funding. But because airports fall under the jurisdiction of Transport Canada, most grants vis-a-vis airports are federal, and the province is not jumping at the queue to assist airport development because it's under federal jurisdiction. So we will continue to lobby the federal government once we can gain some control of our airport to upgrade our airport with federal dollars.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll leave it at that unless there's anyone else who wants to speak to this letter. I'll move on to Revelstoke Local Food Initiative. There is a thank you there, and for us supporting them in messaging from the BC Farmers Market Association regarding the coupon program. Definitely, as I've mentioned before, it's a great program, and I appreciate Isabel sending us the thank you for that. Ms. Delaselle, do we have any questions from the press?
There are no questions at this time, Your Worship.
Thank you. I would like the council to move in camera pursuant to section 90.1 A and K of the Community Charter. Someone want to make that motion for me, please? Councillor Stapenhurst, Councillor Devlin, all in favor? Motion's carried. We go in camera, and I'm going to ask if Ms. Delaselle, when you're ready, if you could let me know, and we'll just carry on in camera.
Certainly. One moment, please, Your Worship.
No break? Yeah.